The reason why popular games alienate their fans is because they try to appeal to the broader audience. And to go a little bit more into detail about that is that most AAA video game companies want to appeal to as many people as possible, aka the broader audience, and it makes sense in theory. You want to have as many people as possible playing your game, because if you can appeal to everyone, then you can max out profits on your video game, and the more people that play your game means more will try it out, since people tend to play games that have hype around them. The issue with appealing to the broader audience is that most big game studios tend to rip out, water down, or replace aspects that made their games great to begin with. And since I'm using Halo for gameplay, I will also use it for examples of what I'm talking about. When Halo 4 came out in 2012, it was made with the intention of appealing to the COD fanbase, since that franchise had the broader audience at the time. Halo 4 introduced custom loadouts, kill streaks in the form of ordnance drops, and they drastically changed the way people played Halo 4 over its predecessors. Then, when Halo 5 came out in 2015, it introduced advanced movement to the series, since other games like Titanfall and COD were doing the same thing at the time too. Since advanced movement was the trend that appealed to the broader audience. The issues that the changes made by 343 with Halo 4 and 5 is that they didn't build upon the Halo formula that was established from Halo Combat Evolved to Halo Reach, but instead they watered down the core fundamentals of what made Halo unique in the FPS space to chase trends that they thought would have more people interested in playing their game. In doing so, they made the core fanbase of Halo unhappy, since Halo didn't feel like the game they loved anymore, and they split the community into people who enjoyed Halo 4 or Halo 5, and the people who loved what the Bungie Halos established. The reason why I think 343 decided to water down Halo instead of building upon the formula that was already established, successful, and appealing to the broader audience is because they didn't understand Halo. They didn't respect Halo, or most likely, a mixture of both. The first reason why I think they didn't understand Halo is because they felt the need to drastically change it from what it was. And they did it because they wanted to appeal to the broader audience instead of keeping their core fanbase happy. The irony, in my opinion, is that Halo was one of the biggest franchises of the 2000s. So why would you change something that already appeals to a bunch of people and has a bunch of hype to the name? Even Halo Infinite had massive hype because it was a return to classic Halo. And on to my second point, the reason why I think they would change it is because they didn't respect what made Halo great. They didn't respect that the game already had its own style and history. They wanted to have the Halo name, but transform it into something they made. This would explain, in my opinion, why the art style and core gameplay became so different until Halo Infinite walked back on all those changes. Corporations just don't respect the IPs they have access to. And I know it seems like I'm bullying 343 here, but Call of Duty, Battlefield, Gears, Borderlands, and other IPs I won't name have the same issue too. Let's look outside of gaming for a second. The Halo TV series crew didn't even make the Halo TV show for the fans. Instead, they watered it down to make it appeal to non-Halo fans. Issue is, when you don't respect the source material, you alienate the people who want to support your product. And those people you alienated are the vocal ones who will let everyone know that your product sucks, which in turn deters people from giving your show a chance. Because if the Halo fans hate the TV show, why would you even give it a chance? But let me just say it for the record, it's okay for corporations to try new things with their IPs, but you need to understand the reason why your fans love your games, and always make sure to keep the meat and potatoes of that intact. Halo Combat Evolved, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo Reach, and even Halo Infinite gameplay-wise, plays exactly how a Halo game is supposed to play. All the Halo games I just mentioned have the core gameplay that Bungie made, but they are not carbon copies of each other. Halo 3 added equipment, and Halo Reach had loadouts. These features changed their games in unique ways, but it didn't change it so drastically that it stopped feeling and playing like Halo should. I know I've been using Halo as a negative example, but now let's look at a positive example of what I'm talking about. Elden Ring was one of the biggest games of 2022, and it did have some unique things about it that its predecessors didn't have, like Spirit Ashes, Ashes of War, an open world, a button for jumping, and a mount to traverse the open world. But Elden Ring doesn't compromise on the meat and potatoes of a Soul game. The core gameplay is still the same like it was all the way back in 2009 with Demon Souls. And that is a good thing, because that's what we Soul fans play the next Souls game for. Now, let me know in the comments your thoughts and opinions. Am I right about companies alienating their fans, or do you think I'm wrong? And did I miss any point in this video? And lastly, has there been a game that has gained success despite not appealing to its fans? Thank you for watching the video, and
I'm sorry, sir. It's time for you to leave.